The big board is 80% full. The NFL draft is 2 weeks away. Do you know where your Travis Hunter shares are?
It's Short King summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King summer.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing on this beautiful Masters Thursday? I know that the Masters app not functioning exactly perfectly this morning, but the big board, boys, we're getting close. 83.5% full. I have 23 entries left. We are going to be grinding through these over the next couple of weeks. We got a lot to do. The big board, the context of the contest has changed in a major way, but I'm excited to sit here and draft with all of you. Of course, man, we are so ready for best ball summer. I mean, before you know it, we're gonna be in Chihuahuas and Goldens and Super Puppy Sevens. We have so much in our futures that I am incredibly excited for. This will be big board number 127. Big day, big board 127 of 150. You absolutely love to see it. GM, GA. How we doing, everyone? Joaquin Neiman currently is leading. Neiman and Aaron Rye. I got bad news. I got very bad news on this front, Tim. Tim is asking, what are my content plans for the NFL draft? I assume on ship chasing for the first round. What about Friday and Saturday? Couldn't possibly have worse news as it pertains to this. One of my wife's best friends is getting married the weekend of the NFL draft, and as such, I will not be in attendance for the ship chasing stream. I will be I'll be doing something, for the Friday and for the Saturday, but the Thursday night, the first round, there'll be nada. I will probably on the Friday morning after the first round of the draft, I will make a video, best landing spots, Ashton Genty is a Raider, Tet McMillan is a Panther. What does it mean? What do we do? Ripperonis. I like that one. All right, we are drafting out of the 7 hole here. So really, it'll be a choose your own adventure in terms of wide receivers. I mean, really, if anyone has a super strong preference between CD, Puka, Nico, BTJ, I mean, I can't really imagine having that strong of a preference about it. Where it gets interesting is in the second round. Interesting to see that A-Chain has slipped well behind Genty and McCaffrey. Bachelor party over NFL draft weekend. That's a good weekend. That is where are you guys going, brother? You golfing? Are you out on the lake? What's happening? Mr. Cromulent. Great username on underdog.com. Cromulent. You do love to see it. All right. Maybe on this one we do something weird. Maybe we do BTJ. Yeah, let's do something weird. We'll pull BTJ up a little bit. That'll give us a little bit of a different combination. Now, picking at 18 sucks because that's where you get in my opinion, I think there's a pretty decent fall off from Genty, McCaffrey, A-Chain, Henry to that next tier of guys. Maybe we'll be able to get Bowers in this one. The scenes when the Falcons trade up for Shadur. My God, can you imagine? Nico, wide receiver 1 this year. True. Brian Thomas Jr., AJ Brown for the grown-ass man room. I mean, bold to include Henry in that tier. I've been hurt by this one. I think my Henry exposure, I probably have a nice little cozy 4% exposure blanket on Mr. Henry, which feels fine. You know, the old 4% exposure blanket on Derrick Henry. It is what it is. Puka was hurt last year, still doesn't have 10 touchdowns over his career. I think it doesn't really worry me much. Doesn't really worry me much, honestly. That's the type of thing that will tend to solve itself over the course of his career. Fading another 20 touchdown Henry season. What? He's 31 years old, bro. I didn't make him 31. I did not make Derrick Henry 31. Not my fault. And Pepper Tony took him anyway. So we're chilling. I was kind of hoping to get Bowers. I'm actually, you know what? Happy to take Devin Achane. Happy to select Devin Achane to go with Brian Thomas Jr. We have the Florida correlation there. Parker Castle does exploratory analysis every year with Best Ball Mania, and every trend for 4 years plus was completely broken last year. Yes. You know, the man. I mean, it is actually crazy how much BBM5 is going to impact BBM6 ADP and drafter behavior when everything that occurred in Best Ball Mania 5 was basically a hard left turn from just the direction that fantasy football was going. Just in general. Did rookie wide receiver smash? So Brian Thomas Jr. smashed. Ladd was good. Ladd was definitely not. I think our perception, our coloring of Ladd is changed a little bit by the playoff game. This is I'll pull up old Ladd's game logs from last season. To end, so in the fantasy football playoffs, Ladd went 5 for 58 and 1, 6 for 87 and 0, and then 8 for 94 and 2. So he did legitimately smash against New England. Yes, Marvin Harrison Jr. did not smash. It's true. Yeah, this year you could do the Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson start as much as you want. Yeah, football certainly did change to a degree, but then isn't football going to keep changing? I mean, I would be truly stunned if defenses and offenses approached the chess match of the game the same way they did last year. BBM6 will be the highest EV BBM we've had. Interesting. Well, let me make this pick, and then we can break that down a little bit more. Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Is there any... Well, okay, I was about to take Tyreek. Let's do... You know what? I'm just going to take Worthy. Is there any reason that Tyreek should be falling? Because I do not think so. Yes, great rookie running back class to go heavy zero running back teams. Non-slappies will hammer running back in the most non-streamed room. That's definitely true. I mean, so you know we talk a lot. We talk a lot about what in the draft could change ADP. I mean, here are some guys who are just locks to rise. Chuba Hubbard will rise. Joe Mixon will rise. Ken Walker will rise. Alvin Kamara will rise. James Conner will rise. Aaron Jones is going to rise. Jalen Warren, I actually think, is going to be a faller. Reading the tea leaves, it sounds like the Steelers probably will be bringing in at least one big-bodied running back. I mean, to say that Vrabel is not a boomer does not mean that Vrabel is not going to be a run-the-ball style coach, right? I mean, I personally do not believe that. I think that Vrabel is likely to, Vrabel's teams, in terms of rushing attempts, 11th, 9th, 10th, 2nd, 1st, 11th, and then 20th that final year in Tennessee, where they were literally the worst team in football. I think Vrabel is closer to a boomer than you do, Nick. Tyreek is falling because if you were on the fence, you'd rather not root for him. Well, that is very valid. See, I don't think this is fair. I don't think it's fair to say that Vrabel is Jeff Fisher. I think that is a smidgen unfair. I think he had, well, buddy, you remember who was Tannehill's offensive coordinator, brother? How about you put some respect? How about you put some gosh darn respect on Arthur Smith's name? Oh, we're about to talk about Rashee Rice, because I'm going to click the button on him right here to add him. I have very few Worthy and Rice teams together. Does Rice's ADP right now represent a fully healthy and unsuspended season? If we believe that, is it appropriate for Worthy to always go before him? So I do not think that Rashee Rice's ADP represents that he plays a fully unsuspended or healthy season. Rashee Rice, before he got injured last season, 7 for 103, 5 for 75 and a touchdown, 12 for 110 and a touchdown. And then he tore his ACL. Now, you might be saying, oh, well, surely that means that Worthy can't possibly be going where he is going, an average draft position. Well, you go back and look at those games. Worthy scores the 2 touchdowns in week 1. Then he does nothing. Then he has the long touchdown against the Chargers. This is my expectation for the way that the Kansas City offense goes. I think that Rice leads the team in targets and target share. I think that Xavier Worthy builds on his rookie year in a really meaningful way in terms of the splash plays. And I do think Kelsey, even a fully healthy, non-dust old Kelsey, likely takes a step back because I think Rice and Worthy are very good. The question we're going to have to ask ourselves is, what's up with Mahomes, man? Is Mahomes going to be missing Worthy on every time Worthy's open? Because if that happens, then yeah, sure. You're not going to want him. But it seems rather apparent to me that the Chiefs are very likely to be better on offense in 2025 than they were in 2024. Like, this is as a total team, the Chiefs were, 21st in the NFL in yards per play. They were worse than the Jets, the Jaguars, the Broncos, the Saints, the Rams, the Chargers, the Seahawks. I was kind of hoping one of those running backs came back to me. They didn't. We have multiple quarterback. You know what? Let's do a little bit of vegetable eating. A little bit of vegetables here with Chuba Hubbard. Small little taste of vegetables. In terms of points for, the Chiefs scored fewer points on offense than the Falcons, than the Cardinals. Just in total yards, 16th in the NFL. The news about Rashee Rice, the only thing I can say is that Drew Davenport, who is a lawyer and who is a big fantasy football player, did a recent thread about Rashee Rice. This is the only update I have. Drew Davenport did a thread that said, it seems kind of unlikely that he ends up being suspended this year. No, Davenport did not say Rice was 100% to be suspended. Davenport was one of the guys. Davenport was on the other side. He was saying these things take a long time. He said if anything, he would end up being suspended later. I'm sure there were many lawyer opinions. All right. Okay, it was a good decision to take a running back there because we will happily take Juwan Jennings here. Yeah, I think the 2v2 of let's call it Olave Judkins versus Chuba Jennings. I do probably like the Chuba Jennings side a smidgen better. Jalen Knoll has a pinned tweet on his profile confirming the pronunciation of his last name is like Knoll. Lutz wants the Olave Judkins side. I mean, not that it's that bad, but I think I slightly prefer the Hubbard Jennings side. True love is never skipping ads. That is true. People are saying that. I probably am not going to move Travis Hunter ahead of the Burden Egbuka spots yet. And if I have to buy the top on Travis Hunter, in Best Ball Mania 6, it is what it is. You know, these you should kind of treat the big board like a time box contest, basically. Pepper Tony just re-upped his twitch.tv/Davis Mattek subscription. So shout out to him. You too can support the channel for free. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you could just click on twitch.tv/Davis Mattek and it pops right up. All you have to do is go navigate over there and you just click the subscription button. Manage your sub. Click the button. It's beautiful. All right. We are up in one pick. And I could try and press Mahomes around. Is it worth it to try and get Mahomes at 90? Pepper Tony would have no reason to take him. These two guys of the turn shouldn't take him. Jimmy S doesn't have a quarterback and theoretically could. So what would it be for? I'd be getting Caleb Johnson. All right, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try and push it around the turn, and we will see how this goes. Rice Jennings combo is one of the most interesting in all of best ball. Jennings expected to go nuclear with Ayuk injured early on. Rice expected to go, yeah, I like that a good bit. Thoughts on Jaden Reed and Dynasty? Man, I am kind of low, I think, relative on Jaden Reed. And I was a big Jaden Reed guy, but there's been so much talk out of Green Bay about needing a real wide receiver one. And the route share stuff for Reed is like pretty brutal. Last year, he had only 2 games with 75% or more of the total snaps. He played 54% of the snaps in their playoff game. And then the same was true of Jaden Reed as a rookie. 46% and 61% of the snaps in their playoff game. 2 games only above 70%. I frankly, I'm not a huge Stephon Diggs guy. I think I've got him ranked like a smidgen ahead of ADP. No, I've him ranked a smidgen after. He's fine. He just is like the exact opposite archetype of guys that I like in half PPR. You know, you want touchdown guys and you want young guys. maybe you could argue that Diggs's production is going to be back-weighted. I suppose that you could argue because he'll be returning from the injury and he'll be fresh and all of that stuff. I could see it. I certainly could see Diggs outproducing Cooper Kupp in terms of old guys coming off an injured season going, Jimmy S. Jimmy S with the uncorrelated, unstacked Mahomes. Just a dagger through the heart, man. Jimmy S. The uncorrelated, unstacked Mahomes. You hate to see it. Is Jordan James live for round 3 draft capital? I would guess no. I would guess no on Jordan James. He was, let's pull up the beast. I think I'm gonna make a video for Sunday about the beast. Amazing formatting this year, by the way. So Brugler had Jordan James as the running back 7. So he has him ahead of Harvey, of Tootin, for example. Yes, Stefan, you for sure have been on the record saying that he stinks. Yeah. Cooper Kupp does increasingly look like a guy who had the one great year and then is roughly mid. Had someone take JJ McCarthy 10 picks ahead of ADP. Yeah, you hate to see it. I mean, the room is the room. Well, it is certainly a little annoying to have Worthy and Rice and not have Mahomes, but it is what it is. If Genty lands on the Raiders, do you think Genty and Bowers both pay off their ADPs? For sure. Yes, I do believe that. I think Geno is certainly a good enough quarterback to kind of be the engine. And Chip Kelly is the sort of play caller who just births fantasy value. Chip Kelly's offenses have always been awesome for fantasy. Even though they are run-heavy offenses, they just run so many plays. Okay. Wow, that's a big slide for Hawkinson, isn't it? Yeah, 80 into 99 for Hawkinson. All right. Honestly, I kind of just want to take Kelsey to tilt this guy to my right, but he earned it. He played the game the right way. Jimmy S played the game the right way. It doesn't really make a ton of sense for me to take Kelsey as another stack. So he's going to get his Mahomes 15 spots after ADP. And, well, actually, maybe not, because I was going to take Shaheed, and now Shaheed is gone. So actually, I am going to do it. Sorry, buddy. Well, no, I really should take Mark Andrews. Well, should I? Who is it by ADP? Andrews by ADP and by my ranking. My running backs are fine. All these wide receivers stink. All right, I am going to do it just to tilt him. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, dude. Hurt people. It is true. So now I just have to arbitrage Mahomes' week 17 score with, I'll have to do 3 quarterbacks, and I'll just have to arbitrage Mahomes' week 17 score. That's fine. Coach Speak Index is saying Peyton has his eyes set on Henderson. Henderson would be a brutal pick at 20, I think. I'm definitely... Am I still on the LaQuint Allen hype train? I guess I still think LaQuint Allen is going to be a good professional, but I fear that LaQuint Allen is going to kind of go the way of Samaj P. Ryan, these big-bodied passing down backs, because LaQuint Allen is awesome in pass protection, and the thing that he offers is like pretty good route running, really solid hands and stuff. But he's not, LaQuint is not a great rusher by any stretch of the imagination. Like the missed tackles force and everything are not great. I can pull up his stats here. LaQuint Allen. So LaQuint Allen, his final season at Syracuse, only 44 missed tackles force, only 3 yards after contact per average. Compare that to someone like Tootin or whatever. Any surprises in the Beast rankings? Well, he has Harold Fannin, tight end 6. So I did not, as a Harold Fannin bull, I did not love that. I don't know. Does he have anything? He's got Golden ahead of Burden and Igbuka. He's got Jalen Knoll, wide receiver 5. All right. I'm not actually going to take Hollywood, though. Let's do... You know what this team needs? This team needs Fields. Liam would castigate me on this, but I have a Chiefs triple stack, so I need to be arbitraging Mahomes's points. It's not about right in my head for Fannin, but look, Jalen Knoll, wide receiver 5, is quite higher than consensus. He has Isaiah Bond all the way down at wide receiver 10. What else is interesting here? So he has Cam Scadaboo all the way down at running back 12. He has a very low grade on, like, I've seen Taj Brooks ranked as high as running back 3. I think that was Waldman. I mean, the thing is, I guess for fantasy, I just think Fannin is better than all of them, than Loveland and Warren. That is there's an early truth serum take. Is if you told me Taylor, Arroyo, Helm, and Fannin are all 3rd-round picks, man, I definitely want Fannin, because Fannin is the one who has the best skill set for fantasy football. So this is where we are at for the audio listeners. We have Brock Purdy and Justin Fields. We have a running back room of Devin Achane, Chuba Hubbard, and Caleb Johnson. Wide receivers, Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Juwan Jennings, and we have Travis Kelce in the tight end room. We got snapped off by 1 pick by a guy who I think is auto drafting. Well, everyone's kind of out on Helm because he injured his ankle at the combine, but he was before the combine. He was, like, I believe he might have been. I can't remember if he was my most drafted tight end or my most drafted player overall. Has there ever been a duck-footed wideout in the NFL? Now, that is a question. Duck-footed NFL wideout. Let's just Google it and see if there's anything comes up. Oh, Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne was a famous example of Marshawn Lynch's feet pointed outward. So Etienne, how about that? I guess a guy who did suffer a foot injury really early on in his career. Do I want Keon? Yeah, this team just needs some juice at wide receiver. Not that Keon Coleman is particularly juice laden, but he's top by my rankings, top by the sidekick there. This used to be a big deal for if you're a dynasty fantasy football weirdo such as myself. This used to be a big talking point, was Etienne's duck feet. Who's the running back that doesn't wear gloves? I assume that's Scattaboo, but I have no idea. I don't think I've taken Terrence Ferguson yet. So I haven't been taking as much Gadsden, Blake, because you don't have to anymore. Harold Fannin Jr. is quite often available with the final pick in your drafts, as are Mason Taylor, as are Elijah Arroyo. But every once in a while, I will I'll give myself, a little treat. As you do. Is this a Gardner Minshew team? No. This will probably be a Cam Ward, Anthony Richardson, Jackson, or maybe a Jalen Milroe team, actually. This could be a good Jalen Milroe team. Yeah. There's big news on the Land Larison front. Land Larison will be a guest on the TakeCast next week. So if you want to learn all about the University of California, Davis's own Land Larison, he will be on the TakeCast next week, and I hope to see you all there for that, to learn all about the ins and outs of I believe that was Josh Norris's running back 20. Wow, this feels like a smash. I'm sorry, Nick, but I'm taking Loveland over Trevor here. Sorry, Nick. I Loveland, I think, was clearly the click there over Lawrence. Third quarterback versus second tight end. Loveland, you're hearing it. You're hearing it more and more about Loveland maybe going ahead of Tyler Warren in the NFL draft. I hope we do mustache bond. I'll tell you, I'll give you one even better. I did not have to contact him directly. A guy who you guys are about to know, a guy who does some video editing for Pete, Buck, who is in the members only Discord here on the channel. He direct messaged Land Larison on Instagram. So I don't have Instagram on my phone. So I wouldn't think of DMing it. But of course, a guy who's college age now would be more likely to be on Instagram than he would be on Twitter. And Buck just cold DM'd him and said, "Do you want to be on my friend Davis Mattek's podcast?" And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So that is how the GOAT Lan is going to end up on the TakeCast. I don't think Lan knows about Laird and Laube and Brian Hill. I don't think he does, but I will tell him. How confident are you in Travis Hunter for fantasy if he goes to the Browns? Pretty confident, honestly. I am confident in Travis Hunter playing well, regardless of the NFL team that he goes to. That is my approach to the situation. I can't imagine a spot where I'm feeling bearish on Travis Hunter. Is there anywhere where Travis Hunter could go where I'd be like, I don't know, man? Probably some more next week for NBA playoff best ball. Yes, the show sheet better be freaking profesh for Mr. Larison. All right, who are we taking here? I don't really. We're gonna keep pushing it. Bryce is available, so I'm gonna take Thielen. If Mr. Humble Legend doesn't take him, yeah, I'm gonna take Thielen, and if Bryce comes around, we'll be happy to do it. We'll set up a little double Panthers. GM, how are we doing, Clay? All right. What is the latest from Augusta? Is Neiman and Rye still in first? No, just Rye solo first now. Okay. Aaron Rye, sure, why not? Yes, yeah, I'm gonna do another draft. I've got 22 drafts left to do after this one, and I have about a week and a half to do it. So we're going to be hitting the drafts. We will probably be done with all of these drafts next week. We'll probably have the final draft on Friday. Do you have any thoughts on Jalen Royals from Utah State? I think Jalen Royals is okay. I am neither a Jalen Royals truther nor a Jalen Royals hater. He's kind of got a bit of a weird profile where he's like a screen guy, an intermediate guy, and a deep guy. And I wonder if that does that make it harder or easier to get on the field right away? He had 10 catches of 50 or more yards, which is most in college football. All right, Bryce does get all the way around. Missed out on some of the favorite rookie running backs, but that's the price you pay when you have A-Chain, Hubbard, and Johnson. So I probably won't get my two boys, Giddens and Harvey. And that's okay. But secured the stack, and we can maybe even take 7 running backs on this team if we feel like it. I think I got 5 albatrosses in. I wasn't like jamming them. Didn't save my boy Numi from the overlay. That's okay. So we've got a Bryce double, Purdy single. No one. I mean, who else do you even take on a Jets team? I guess theoretically you could take Malachi Corley. When is the Alan Lazard to Pittsburgh trade gonna happen? Albatry. Yes, Albatry. Thank you. Yeah, Royals, to go back to Royals, I would not be surprised to see him sort of be this year's Jalen McMillan. Like a guy that was not like a super heralded prospect, but just like does get on the field right away for a good team. Lazard just restructured. He's staying. Well, the thing about golf on Underdog is you can auto draft. There's because there's no anything that doesn't have positions on Underdog. So basketball, golf, college basketball. You can just auto draft those on Underdog, which is pretty nice. You know, sets up for much larger prize pools. I've never asked this question. I assume no. I assume Steve Smith does not have a good hit rate. Favorite late team to stack. It's very hard to do the backdoor stacks. The Patriots you can definitely do. So you can do Drake May and then about 1 billion guys. I don't know who are some of the other backdoor stacks. The thing is there's just so few guys that you think are draftable at the end. It does make backdoor stacks a little bit more difficult. All right, man. We really kind of got owned here at the running back position. Many such cases. Let's do... You know what? We'll do Damian Martinez. It's kind of like a growing buzz around him. Wow, high praise. Royals' YouTube highlights look like Jamar Chase's highlights. That's pretty big. That's pretty big praise. You can definitely backstack Trevor with Strange and Gabe. Shaheed plus Carr. Yeah, Shaheed Carr is pretty easy. I forgot that Steve Smith was an Underdog employee. Yeah, how about that? How about the old dog app? Ryan plays a lot of NFL and then mess around and pays the rake in NBA MLB, but have never auto-drafted anything. Yeah, the answer is drafting is fun. No, overlay, it does not do that. So with overlay on Underdog, instead of changing the size of the finals, what it does is wild card teams advance. So if a contest is only 80% full, then a bunch of third place teams go through. All right, we need. It's our rookie. We have no rookie wide receivers. How about that? We will take Jalen Royals. We will take the aforementioned, discussed Jalen Royals. Nice fit there. I think this might be a 7 running back team. Fields with Corley and Ruckert. No, that I will not do. As far as I know on Rashid Shaheed, he is good to go. I have not heard anything to the contrary, but that doesn't really mean anything in terms of his overall health. Thoughts on doing a bigger board on stream? Brother, I'm running out of money. I'm running out of money, Rahul. Running out of money and running out of time. That's the other thing. If I was going to do a bigger board, I would probably do it as a video. I'd probably do it as a standalone video. If it overlays a little bit, what's it at right now? We'll hop back in. Bigger board. I ain't going to overlay, brother. 72% full. Yeah, no. That is not going to overlay. That will you can bet your bottom dollar that contest is filling. Biggest? Yeah, biggest might. And if it does look like it's going to overlay, I'll probably pump an entry in. All right. So, a running back room of A-Chain, Hubbard, Caleb Johnson, Damian Martinez. I definitely need one more. Dance will probably overlay a little bit. Yeah. I think the dance will overlay a little bit. Yeah, I have heard that. Some overlay on redacted. I just, I am happy to miss on Jaden Blue. Like, if Jaden Blue is what you need, then I think I am happy to miss. All right, what are we doing for chaperone here? What do we think? Elijah Mitchell, Justice Hill. Is Justice already gone? Yeah, Justice is already gone. All right, so we're losing our chaperones. If a contest overlays, can I say I almost won it? Yeah, Liam yesterday saying the Bills almost won a Super Bowl. That was my favorite Liam moment of all time. All right, Eli Mitchell went. Here you go, Nick. Jaden Blue. I can tell you why I don't like Jaden Blue. Because I play a lot of college football fantasy. So I play college football DFS. And I play college football best ball. I play college football season long. And so in 2024, the Texas backfield was totally turned over because Jonathan Brooks graduated. Then CJ Baxter tore his ACL in training camp, or whatever the college football equivalent of training camp was. Then another guy got injured. I'm trying to remember his name. But two Texas guys, not just Baxter, but another guy got hurt as well. Yes. So Blue was on the field because they lost their top two running backs, and then he didn't even end up being the best one. Contravian Wisner ends up playing better than him, gets passing downs over him. And there was a whole stretch of the season where Jaden Blue just got stone benched. So Jaden Blue, the game logs page is not working. Yes. So anyway, this is a long way to the point that the clear role that Jaden Blue is going to be in is like not that good of one. Is the long point that I'm making. I'm gonna do Keaton Mitchell. People forget Keaton Mitchell led the NFL in rushing yards over expectation. I do not remember the running back that got hurt for Texas. The Jaden Blue game, I do not know why this is happening, but the Jaden Blue game logs, just in general, the whole game logs on College Football Reference are down right now. So, like, for example, against Georgia, and actually, let's go to a game that Texas won. So, example, against Vanderbilt, Jaden Blue got, like, he just got supplanted on the bench by this guy, Contravian Wisner. My favorite punt rookie running back, I mean, it's really any of these. Like, honestly, just any of these. LeQuint is probably, like, my favorite in terms of, like, LeQuint could be Devin Singletary in the NFL. Yes, there we go. Thank you. That was going to bug the shit out of me. Christian Clark. Thank you, Ryan. You know ball. Christian Clark is the other guy who got injured. Thank you. Christian Clark. So, at the start of the year for Texas, Jaden Blue, like the way Steve Sarkisian had it set up, Jaden Blue was going to be the running back 4 at Texas, despite having all this speed and everything. This Ja'Cory Croskett-Merritt story that Karain told the other day, a truly insane story about Ja'Cory Croskett-Merritt. I wonder if Dane has a write-up about him. Probably not. He does have him as his running back 24. He does. He does have a write-up. Yeah, insane, dude. He just didn't get to play his final year. He only got to play in one game. Yeah, Renner had a really high ranking on him. This might be a Ja'Cory Croskett-Merritt-ass team. All right, I am just going to take Jatavian. He's been the top on the sidekick for like 3 rounds. If we're just gonna keep talking about University of Texas guys. Guy played at Alabama State for 4 years, then went to New Mexico, then went to Arizona. He was a no-star recruit. He weighed 165 pounds. FCS Alabama State. Frankly, he was not even that good at Alabama State. How many yards per carry do you think he averaged at Alabama State? This was Monday on ADP Chasing, I believe. We talked about Ja'Cory Croskett-Merritt. All right. I'm taking another running back here. This wide receiver room is fine. Well, no, we actually need a wide receiver more. Is there any obvious stack? Not really. Oh, Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson, I think, is a pretty good click late. Corey Kiner, he got hurt, but he was okay. I can see it. How dare you, Adam? How dare you? All right. So we end up with Brock Purdy, Justin Fields, and Bryce Young. We got Bryce Young triple stacked with Chuba, Thielen, and Jatavian. Fields is unstacked, uncorrelated. Purdy is single stacked. Running back room of A-Chain, Chuba Hubbard, Caleb Johnson, Damian Martinez, Jaden Blue, and Keaton Mitchell. Wide receivers, Brian Thomas, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Juwan Jennings, Keon Coleman, Adam Thielen, Jalen Royals, and Roman Wilson. Travis Kelce, Colston Loveland, and Jatavian Sanders. Roman Wilson has the GM's confidence. That was a fun team. That was a fun team. Maybe should have just taken the wide receiver. So if I take Jordan Addison or Jalen Waddle instead of Hubbard, and I get Caleb Johnson, then I can end with another running back. You feel pretty comfortable with 7. Everyone was a blocking wide receiver in Michigan, is the answer to that question. All right, boys. There we go. Let's hop back in. 22 big boards left to do. How about that? Big board 128 of 150. Oh yeah, I've been forgetting these. Man, she was really pissing me off yesterday. That dog. She's very cute, but she is very, very annoying when she wants to be. What order will these 3 running backs be drafted? None of those guys will be drafted. Monangai, Montrell Johnson, and Mario Anderson. None of those guys will be drafted. Kyle Monangai is the running back 20 for Dane. Let's see. I wonder where Montrell is. Montrell's the running back 29. And Mario Anderson is the running back 64. Dogs are the best. Yeah, you're probably right. Someone probably will like Monangai. Oh no, Pete's out here drafting right now. God forbid I run into Pete is Pete streaming right now? Am I streaming at the same time as Peter? Hope not. Mario Anderson was a pretty good little guy at Memphis, but I don't think he is fast enough. And Montrell ran a ton. Ran really quickly at his combine at Florida. All right, let's see. I did BTJ last time. Sure, we'll do Puka. What I mean, we can be mad about taking Puka Nacua? No. I would like to get Bowers on this team, I think. Yes, Mario did have 21 touchdowns playing at Yeah, sure. What do you guys want to do? What do you want to do, Ryan? You want to do I mean, I'm assuming a lot of my high stakes stuff is going to be at ship chasing since I am an official chaser now. What rookie is completely off the best ball radar that goes mid-late round and becomes draftable in Best Ball Mania? Lan fucking Larison. Probably not. Probably not Lan Larison. Best Best I can do is Donovan Edwards from Michigan. Donovan Edwards does not get drafted in these. He's a very good passing down back, but his final season at Michigan, they didn't pass the ball. How many total passing attempts did Michigan have last year? This is gonna be a hilarious answer. Michigan had in total 308 passes as a team in a full 13 game season. I did want to say Nick Nash. It's true. Ryan, we'll definitely figure something out. All right. I took A-Chain last. You know what? I'm going to do it again, though. I just like A-Chain more than Henry. I'm sorry. We will. I'm not gonna promise anything right now, but I would very much like to do some high stakes stuff. I'm also thinking about a giveaway. So like the giveaway last year did not turn out that great because I had the worst teams of Best Ball Mania. So I'm trying to think of a clever giveaway to get people to want to comment and engage with the stream. So these were my ideas. $1,000 giveaway, but the only comments that count have to have a timestamp in them. And so the timestamp is your favorite moment of the stream. So that was one of my ideas. And then I was trying to think about something with dogs, Underdog, Dog app. I couldn't quite get there for the idea. Something with dogs, Underdog, My Dog, Feed the Dogs, something like that. I couldn't quite get there though. Yes, this is good, but that doesn't improve my small business. You know what I'm saying? Like if my small business is my YouTube and my Patreon, it has to be something that is marketing for the business. Man, is Tyreek gonna fall all the way? Is this a Piss Boys room? We've got RM, we've got Goods, we've got Trivoli. Jimmy is drafting next to me again. You think I should just run back the same thing? 5% of my winnings in Best Ball Mania. Should give away a puppy that matches the dog of the tournament you do the best in. Short bus summer. I definitely do have to do this. I definitely do have to lean in to being the worst drafter last year. That 100%. Something with that. Wow, this is a Piss Boys ass room. Wow, we are pissing. So this is basically the same start that I just did. I took Worthy in the third again, A-Chain, Nakua. But we just had 9 straight wide receivers. Garrett Wilson, Marv, Adams, Moore, Reek, T, JSN, McLaurin, Evans, Worthy, all before Jacobs. And then you've got Jimmy and Unky Dom free bands that are like, you guys are idiot Piss Boys. I have not heard from Herzig, no. GM Mark, how you doing? Yes, I still have Worthy over Rushy because if you think about it, Worthy is the better fit for 0.5 PPR. Rice could catch 100 passes in this offense, but Worthy could score 11 touchdowns or whatever. Doubling down is definitely a great bit. Double down is a good bit. I think Nick is on to something there. If you are serious about playing first round at ADP as you basically doing, it's near impossible to do worse than last year. No. Yes. Yeah, Rice unredacted. Whoa, and how about Rice and high stakes? Rice and FFPC and stuff. I would probably rather Rice in that stuff as well than Worthy, because there'll be some weeks that you start Worthy and you're just like pissed off. Like Worthy goes 3 for 21 against the Chargers at home or whatever, and you're just like, oh, wow, all right, slap it up. We're just running back, guys. We are just running back last year. A-Chain, Chase Brown, Puka Nacua, and Xavier Worthy. Talking about running it back. Worthy versus Hollywood or Rashi versus Kelsey in terms of competing. Yeah, that's the thing, is Worthy is going to get the screen game stuff. I mean, I think any way you slice it, Kelsey is the biggest loser, because Kelsey has never played with two competent guys. The whole Mahomes era, the most competent second wide receiver ever is Sammy Watkins or Juju, I guess. There was the Juju was semi-competent in Tyreek's last year, right? Am I making that up? Juju. Yeah, the 2022 Chiefs. Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. Tyreek was gone. Tyreek was gone. Of course he was gone. Yeah. So if you go through the entirety of the Mahomes history, Hardman was the wide receiver 2 in 2021. In 2020, which was a Mahomes MVP year, Hardman was also the wide receiver 2 in terms of targets. 2019 was Watkins, and Tyreek got injured that year. I mean, I think Chase Brown could get up to the 2-3 turn, assuming the Bengals do not take a running back. I think he can. I think he can. Let's do with Nacua and Worthy. Let's do Olave. What is a concussion even? Are concussions even real, brother? Man, that is truly a never forget where you were moment when Mahomes just blew up Rashee Rice's knee for no reason. That was really quite a time. Not a time that I enjoyed particularly. Tyrrell Hatton is 2 under. Scotty is 2 under. Of course, Scotty starts 2 under. Why wouldn't he? A lot of guys out there grinding. We've already got Taylor Pendrith 3 over. Not loving that. In fact, not loving that at all. Why? I don't think we're assuming the Bengals are taking a running back. The Bengals will add someone, sure. Yeah, the Bengals will add someone, but they're not going to add a guy with their first 3 picks. Like, how insane would it be for the Bengals to draft Travion Henderson? It would be, like, actually insane. All right. A-Chain, Chase Brown, Puka, Worthy, Olave. Manungai is Zach Moss with juice. I think we should be confident in Chase Brown's ability to hold off competition. That I don't know about. I'm taking Rizzy P here. I'm kind of into these. I'm kind of into these 7 running back builds that I've been doing the last couple ones. Yes, the Bengals are totally live for. Could the Bengals take Taj Brooks in the 7th round? Could the Bengals take Woody Marks? You know who would be bad for Chase Brown? I think yes. And this of course, is no one ever wants to believe it when they're in the middle of it. But this is the exact truth, which is that Chase Brown is a 5th-round pick. Teams view those guys as replaceable literally no matter how good they are. I mean, I think StatHead is down, but let me see if I can get single seasons matching criteria. So how many total yards did Chase Brown have last year? Chase Brown had 1,300 yards. Okay, so I'm going to set the filter for, we'll go since 2010 to 2025, played running back, statistical filter, scrimmage yards over 1,200, yards from scrimmage greater than or equal to 1,200, biographical filter, year of player's career, first or second, draft status, drafted rounds 5 to 7. I'll even do 4. All right. And then I will run this filter. I'm a Bengals fan, and they brought in Judkins on a visit, and they aren't known for smoke screens. I mean, if they did draft a 2nd-round running back, they would stay poor. Although the Bengals are one of the worst run teams in the NFL. All right. Share results. Copy to clipboard. All right, I'm going to try and do it again. I'm going to try and push Mahomes around one more again. And I'm going to take Egbuka on this one. Is the Rashee Rice drafter to my right? No, I lose. Guy at the turn's going to take him. That's what I get for not looking closely enough. Yes, Bengals are staying poor anyways, for sure. I mean, Samaje Perine is a pretty good pass blocking back, so I don't even know if do you need a guy? Okay, by the way, this is the list of day 3 picks who have generated 1,300 scrimmage yards or more in the last 20 years. So Latavius Murray, he was I don't even remember this 2016 Oakland team. Was he benched? They put him in a timeshare. So we'll call Latavius Murray. Chris Carson, they drafted Rashad Penny. I knew that guy was going to take Mahomes. Jordan Howard was immediately replaced. Ramondre was not replaced. I can't remember what happened with Jay Ajayi. Oh, they traded him. They said, get out of here, son. Bucky Irving, yet to be determined. Jordan Howard did it twice and then was replaced. On the clock. All right, we've got Stafford, we've got Carr, we've got Purdy. We got lots of guys. You know what? Let's take Hawkinson. Right? Hawkinson. Sure. TJ Hawkinson, welcome to the team. Yes. Bucky will be the people are going to be very unhappy. All right, let me run this filter. Now let me run it for 1,000 yards. I'm just curious, not even really trying to make a point. Now I'm just curious. So if you do the scrimmage yards for 1,000, then you get in Jerome Ford, Tariq Cohen, Marlon Mack, Zach Stacy, Alex Collins, Elijah Mitchell, Tyrone Tracy, by the way, Algier, Dameon Pierce, Andre Ellington, and Roy Hillu. So a lot of other guys. Yes, Dameon Pierce was on there. So basically a ton of guys who got immediately replaced, which is not to say that I think Chase Brown is going to be replaced, but just that it is very possible that it's I could definitely see LaQuint Allen landing there. Yeah, he's he I think he would be a good fit for the system. All right, what do we do here? I guess I took myself out of the quarterback window, so that might be bad. Maybe I should have just taken Purdy there. I don't know. Yeah, he's fine. Chase Brown is fine. You guys are talking to the literal biggest Chase Brown slappy on this planet. No one slapped harder for Chase Brown than me. Man, this part of the draft is just so insanely annoying. There's just no good picks here. If you don't have a stack set up, there are no good picks here. Let's do Tyler Warren. Sure, why not? Get second tight end lockdown. Yeah, it is certainly the quarterback window. Yeah, I'm trying to chill it a smidgen. Just a small little smidgen on Marvin Mims. Like I don't know if I want Marvin Mims to be my most owned wide receiver. That maybe is a little aggressive. I end up not clicking Kittle a ton. Like Kittle's fine, but I end up not clicking him all that often. Yeah, 30% Mims is unhinged. I mean, I kind of feel the same way about Kittle that I feel about every old guy, which is like, I don't know, man. The old guys punish you sometimes, but a lot of the times they don't even come close to punishing you, you know? All right. Well, what are we at? Pick one what? I might not be able to say no to Mims here. Mims, Fields, Brian Robinson, these dudes suck. You know what? We're going to do a Jordan Love backstack on this one. That's what we're going to do. Maybe some divisional stuff with Green Bay, Minnesota in week 17 for the third year in a row. Has anyone noticed the quarterback window shrinking drastically? Well, what happens is they just all get pummeled right here. From 85 to 108, that whole group just gets evaporated. Kittle in a better situation. Yeah, but he's also a year older. It's always the deal, man. George Kittle is it's his age 32 season. I don't know. I mean, of course Kittle is a good pick. Yes. Yeah, no, I've noticed this as well. Penix and McCarthy are boosted way up. I have noticed that as well. I think the reason why that is, Connor, why you have noticed that is there's been some uncertainty removed from all those guys. So like, sounds more likely that Cousins is not going to be on the Falcons. Sam Darnold is not on the Vikings, and the Aaron Rodgers stuff is done. Matthew Stafford got a big upgrade. The Panthers have not brought in a good backup quarterback. Like there's just less. I think there's less uncertainty about all these guys. Yeah, picking Love to not be a Mim slappy and then immediately being like, you know who I'm gonna take? Dontavian Wicks. Sure. Yeah, of course. Of course he can be the tight end too. I'm not saying that Kittle is a bad pick. I'm just not jamming him, as it were. All right, who am I stacking in baseball today, boys? Let's do what do we think? Kansas City and the Rockies. Sure. Why not? All right, should I take McCarthy? I should probably try and push it one more round. I'll take Dubs first. How about that? I'll take Dubs first. And then I'm going to be so free to frickin' slap it up at running backs. Yeah, the Brewers always post their shit late. I wanted to draft more teams in the Turn Tuesday or whatever. But I decided to stream with all you fellas instead. All right. Oh, the tight ends just got snapped off right there. I maybe would have taken Tucker Kraft as a third tight end. Yeah, JJ is always on the left side. Looks like I missed the Addison drafter. The Addison drafter's on my left, and he took Stroud and Goff. So I think I should be able to get him around. Yes, Kittle, I'm none of what I'm saying should be interpreted to say that I am negative on Kittle. I just kind of draft everything like it's a $10 dynasty team, though. If the Bengals play Week 17, will you pull up Higgins to the 1-2 pair with Lamar? Probably not. All right, McCarthy comes back around. We got Jordan Love and JJ McCarthy stacked, and I am about to. You're going to be feeling slap reverberations all day from how hard I'm about to slap it. You're gonna be like, dude, I've never seen someone slap that hard in my entire life from these rookie running backs that I'm about to take. Why doesn't the Masters just have a main broadcast all day long? I have never understood it in my life. Yep. Sampson, Harvey, Giddens, Neal, maybe toss in a Manungai, maybe a Jordan James, maybe a LaQuint Allen. Maybe one chaperone in there, but it's hard to say. Do you even need a chaperone? I guess when you have A-Chain and Chase Brown, is there even any need for a chaperone? Probably not, right? Yeah, is there not a? I think the what is it called? The featured groups for the Masters should be on right now, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Yes, Damian Martinez is one of the best picks on the board, I think, right now in terms of the rookies. I think he could definitely be day 3. What does Dane have? Damian Martinez. So Dane in the Beast is a little bit lower on him. But man, 225 at the pro day. That's a big boy. Yes, Love is a very nice quarterback to backstack. I am gonna take one running back and then see if Wicks comes around to me though, because I'm just lighter there. I'm not totally done on Ollie, but yes, Damian is very close to the guy that we wanted Ollie Gordon to be. And I personally am not writing the obituary for Ollie Gordon because it's just so hard for me to believe that he was so good as a sophomore and then so poor his final year. I have a hard time making peace with that. All right, Harvey. And then if Wicks gets to us, he gets to us, but there are plenty of other guys for us to take. I mean, we could even just take another running back, really. A-Rod backstack with Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, and Freiermuth is goated. I don't know about that. If you like Burden, you should like Ollie. I see the logic. Don't know if I agree with it, but I do see it. I definitely disagree that no rookie wide receiver would surpass Reed year one. I definitely disagree with that. People doing the what just happened is all that can happen thing. Yeah. What's the worst that can happen? What are you going to do? Stab me? Man who got stabbed. Yeah. I mean, it's so true that Oklahoma State year over year, I don't know what happened, but man, did they stink. They stink. They stunk something awful. And obviously I hate Gundy, just like the exact type of dude that I hate. And I also am an Oklahoma Sooners fan, so I hate everything about Oklahoma State. But yeah. Oh, brother. All right. Dontavian Wicks. Come on down. So we got the backdoor double. We have generated 7 wide receivers. We can just freaking... I'm winding my hand up to go slap crazy. Yes, Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon is very young. Ollie Gordon is wow. Jaden Reed is Marvin Mims with good PR. Trademark that, brother, because if you don't, I'm gonna steal it. That is as good as it gets, brother. Damn, ball, dude. You gotta know so much ball to still be clicking Dontavian Wicks. You have to have a theory of why wide receivers drop the ball to be taking Dontavian Wicks in the year of our Lord 2025. Definitely a third quarterback on this team, though. I am gonna say that. It's true. It's true. This is. It feels like it is, but drops are not a sticky stat. Yeah. If you think about it, every drop feels abnormal. You're like, oh, if that guy had another opportunity to do that, he would do better, right? I think that we kind of all know that. Who? Jaden Reed. What do we do? We do Damian? Yeah, we'll do Damian. Jaden Reed has had many opportunities to play more snaps and then never has. All right. Team doesn't necessarily... We would definitely be fine without a third tight end. We do definitely need a third quarterback, though. And it is probably going to be Sir Derek of Carr. Mims was a 15 ADOT that swung to a 7 ADOT. Reed consistently 10 ADOT both years. Not sure Kincaid makes that 4th tough down catch this year if he were given it. Yeah, probably not. True. Reed does keep getting banged up. That's real. You are not wrong about that. He does keep getting banged up. It has some people have been saying that it's Tucker Kraft season all along. They have not wavered on that. No names, but that's real. All right. Love McCarthy, A-Chain, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez. Oh, this is definitely a Brashard Smith ass team. You know what? These running backs are all the same. Let's just get Carr. Love McCarthy, Carr. kind of a limp dick quarterback room, frankly. I mean, I do like McCarthy, but McCarthy without Justin Jefferson also does not feel that good. You know what I'm saying? Only reason people are drafting Mims where he goes is this contested catch week 17. I don't know about that, brother. That is a smidgen of revisionist history. A smidgen of, I'm not saying you're 100% wrong, but Mims had turned it up to some degree before that. Also scored 2 touchdowns in week 7 or in week 18. All due respect to Ben Solak. I'm a fan of his. I think he does good work. I think he knows ball, but having Hampton in the same tier of Genty is a 0. I mean, that is just, it's really, really no good at all. Hey man, Bo Nix is the fucking quarterback 7, Adam, and that was his best game of the season. He also had 3 for 105 and 1 against Cleveland the week before that. I'm not allowing the slander. I just simply will not allow the slander of a good and honorable man named Marvin Mims. A truly good guy, Marvin Mims. Oh, couldn't so excited about Zach Lowe's pod. I feel that the world of basketball is back now that Mr. Lowe is podcasting again. Hampton doesn't really impress me much either. Okay, let's get our chaperone here. We're gonna take Justice Hill as our chaperone to this running back room, and then I think we're gonna take 2 more rookies. Yeah, Mims is definitely trending towards being this year's Wicks. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Oh, now we're qualifying yards per route run. Okay, all right. It's actually bad to get yards per route run. This is true. Everyone was hating on T last year. Oh God. Oh, why would you even put this in the universe, dude? Mims is this year's Tyquan Thornton. I am so offended by this. God. Finding it difficult to diversify in late rounds. I mean, I think it's well, Peppertoni, I'll give you a hint on the guy who's hating on T. Higgins. His name rhymes with Mam Schmerman. It's hard to do that with his name because his name starts with an S. All right. We got our adult in Justice Hill. So who do we want? We could do Jaden Blue. We could do Taj Brooks. We could do Jordan James. We could do Little ETN. We'll do we'll do Jaden Blue. Nick is trying not to lead me astray. We'll click the button. Clam Berman. What's the profile on Jalen Lane? He went to Virginia Tech, so they ran this kind of like weird offense. He's older. Let me pull the beast. Let me pull his thing up in the beast. I love the beast. Just being able to have all this information in one place is quite nice. So he's an overage prospect who did run a really strong 40, but he's small and just like doesn't really produce. I don't know. He transferred from Middle Tennessee State. He seems fine. There you go. From the horse's mouth, he's ass. What are the odds Sean Tucker overtakes Rachaad White? I mean, I would say it's definitely, like, I wouldn't say it's the most likely thing, but I would certainly say that it's possible. Yes. Yeah, that is a definite possibility. Yeah, I don't know. I'll call it 27%. 27% that Sean Tucker. The issue is Tucker is not as much of a pass catcher. Like, he can do it, but I wouldn't say that is his role, as it were. All right, what do we have clicking over at the Steven Yeager in solo first. Oh, Rye just made back-to-back bogeys. Hatton. Corey Connors in red numbers. Okay. Let's do one more rookie. Who's a rookie I just have like none of? All right. Shout out to Mike Renner's running back 7. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. That's probably a 0. No, I believe you need an athletic subscription. I think that you need an athletic subscription. Yes, and you can get a PDF version, but I don't believe that I do not believe that the Beast is free. Here you go. Check yourself. See if you can access this link. There you go. I just put the link to it in the description. There you go. Pepper Tony does not have an athletic sub. All right, there you go. So it is free now. All right, final pick of this draft. What's the latest on Taysom's recovery? Taysom Hill injury. What's the latest? Tools, recent, past month. Top article on Taysom Hill is that he has trusted in God throughout his BYU and NFL career. Well, you know what? I like to take my zeros with some style. Taysom Hill off the season-ending knee injury. Bada bing, bada boom. And you know what? I will give you guys... The Masters is on right now. The sun is shining. My dog wants to go on a walk. There are 164 of you watching right now. I am going to go refill my coffee and pee real quick. If we get to 100 likes, I will do another draft. So you have about 45 seconds to decide if you want to see another draft or not. There's 44 likes right now. You have about 45 seconds to a minute to get to 100 likes to do another draft. All right, let's see. Let's see how many we got. I'm clicking the refresh button right now. 67? 67, brother? I don't know, man. I don't know. 67? Pepper Tony, I wish my basement had a sump pump. You know how much easier my life would be if I did have a sump pump? Let me refresh one more time. Maybe YouTube was glitching a little bit. You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you guys. I don't care. Honestly, I do just want to draft 3-bagger Thursdays, but I will give it to you anyways. We'll get to a round number. We've got 20 left. See, I'm a bad parent. No punishment. You guys don't even... No one likes the stream. TCD is a good man. He always likes the streams and the videos. Folding faster than the Trump tariffs. Many such cases. All right. This is big board 129 of 150. And we pick out of the 107 again. I'm gonna draft the same team yet again. Gotta give me a challenge here, folks. And frankly, likes, based on my understanding of the YouTube algorithm, I actually don't think they matter that much. Likes definitely matter for the videos. So like a YouTube video likes. Wow. Anthony texted his kids to school and told them to like the vid with the link. All right, Anthony. You are a good man and a good friend. Can we please... Liam's thumbnails, man. The Chess Liam school of thumbnails. I mean, I'm not gonna say that my thumbnails have the game solved, but the Liam thumbnails, man. I think here's the deal. Liam won Best Ball Mania and then won 2 more Best Ball tournaments. Just pay someone to make your thumbnails, brother. All right. Is Short Drag gonna take Jahmyr Gibbs? He probably will. So I gotta do something fun. What am I gonna do? I could take Neighbors, who I don't take all that often. Yeah, dude. Brand new economy. All right, he took Gibbs. I'll take Nico. I took a different wide receiver every time drafting out of this spot. Liam is the Brooks Koepka of best ball. Cade, that is a fantastic analogy, actually. That is exactly who Chess Liam is. You couldn't be more correct about that. Yeah, Scotty Scheffler is driving the U.S. economy right now. God, Scotty winning by a touchdown is a financial fucking disaster for me. I'm gonna keep it real. Cannot have this. Oh, we got a Boss Bailey does Bowers McCaffrey at the turn. So if you do Bowers and McCaffrey, are you actually not a slappy? If you take McCaffrey, are you not a slappy? Wow, the Ricky Fowler of best ball. I think I'll take that. I think I will take that with a smile, honestly. I am happy to be compared to Ricky Fowler, a guy I've always liked a little bit more than the market. All right. I don't really want to do a third straight A-chain team, actually, at all, really. All right, sure. Grown man, AJ Brown, happy to do it. Nico Collins, AJ Brown is a grown man start. Yes, Ricky Fowler did go to Oklahoma State. 10% CMC, 10% Ginty. Yeah. Wow. Kevin has tendonitis in his heel. I mean, I've had tendonitis, not in my heel, but in my left arm, and I had to have surgery on it. It's fucking tendonitis is gnarly. Although, you guys all know that if we get to, I've said this before in a bunch of shows, but if we get to the start of the season and Christian McCaffrey is healthy, Christian McCaffrey, like I've always said, if he plays in a preseason game, dude, it's so over. His ADP is steaming so far up. Trading Mason is a huge green flag for CMC. Well, is it a huge green flag, or is it the biggest red flag imaginable, Nick, that they think, oh, this is already over. We don't need Jordan Mason because we're about to take Amari and Hampton at 12 or whatever. You can never ever put one over on Kyle Shanahan, brother. What if it is a red flag, though? Shanahan just said CMC is fine, but they're drafting a running back for depth. Yeah. I would be, my personal take is I would not want to have bags. My bags on, Gurendo would not want to be that heavy, I don't think. Would kind of be my opinion. Yeah, Caleb Johnson, round 2 to the Niners. Wow. Is this dude, I can't tell, is this guy Perks Vic auto drafting, or is he just, what's reverse pissing? I guess shitting. Saquon Barkley, Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams. This dude is about to learn Chris Godwin, wide receiver 1. Tough scenes. Bladder problems. Yeah, I think 8%. Let's do, all right. I've taken Worthy on everyone, so let's take Marv on this one. Nico, AJ Brown, Marv. Nico Collins, AJ Brown, and Marvin Harrison is the dragon meme, where there are there's 2 real dragons looking at the other third idiot dragon, and Marvin Harrison is the idiot dragon. Poor Marv. You know what? You're right. I should have taken Mike Evans. All grown men. The thing with Marv is he was bad, and he was bad in a way that is like, man, I don't know if you're even really good. You know what I mean? Like, he was bad in such a way that you're like, dude, I don't know. I completely agree. It feels like the Niners are going to add a speed guy. Like, Marvin Harrison's, like, any kind of advanced data you want to look at for Marvin Harrison was like, dude, this guy doesn't even get open. Let's look at his old PFF premium stats. So Marv was 1.63 yards per route run. Brutal. His A.dot was pretty high. Maybe you excuse it a little bit because of the crazy high A.dot. It could definitely be usage related. Who is the running back archetype? Well, it's the zone one cut runner. You know who is a real. He was like a round 11 guy, Benny. The best 49er scheme fit is Tootin. Oh man, this is gonna be brutal. Baldman 54 is about to take Xavier Worthy oh my god, let's go. I'm just gonna keep pissing. Nico Collins, AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy. Let's go. See, this, Benny, is a little untrue that McCaffrey unlocked their entire offense. Do you know that they were better yards per play in the Raheem Mostert era? Their offense was better the Raheem Mostert season than in the best McCaffrey season. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, the Jacquard is not actually shrinking. The Jacquard is actually growing because Harrison Worthy is a unique combo. Man, I'm not gonna lie. There are some teams in this that are just dead, which frankly I love to see. A true zero running back team. Yes, Nick is woke enough to acknowledge the truth, which is that Purdy's a very good player. It took me a long time to get there on Brock Purdy, frankly. Took me a long time to get to Purdy is an above average quarterback, but he definitely is. All right. So this team kind of has one of two options. Is either you fully does one ship chasing show. Because what you want to do with a zero running back team is you want to be winning the onesie positions as well. So this would actually be a great team to do Kittle and just hope that there is a running back there for me next. Yeah, there we go. I am going to take Kittle. And maybe I even only take 6 wide receivers on this team. Could be fun. Right? 6 wide receivers, and you just giga jam running backs. I also thought this. For a long time I thought that Purdy was just another Shanahan. I thought he was Nick Mullins or whatever. But I agree. He's beating the allegations. Correct. I think we'll get at least, could be Judkins, could be Henderson, but we'll get someone we like. And you know what? Even if they all go, it's not the end of the world, man. It's not, because we have Stroud, Mahomes, Purdy, and Kyler live at quarterback. True zero running back has never been tried. Yeah, I definitely will not feel guilty at all reaching for these guys. Now, this is interesting. Do I take Judkins, or do I push it even further and say, no, dude, I'm just locking up wide receiver. I'm just smoking it at wide receiver, and I take Jennings, Pearsall, Burden, whomever. What do you guys think? Do we do Judkins? Or do we really slap? I can see it. I can see it either way. All right, we'll do Judkins and give ourselves a smidgen of, because we could play this as either like modified hero running back. Some say true zero wide receiver can't be done. All right, everyone said Judkins, so everyone was getting a little bit uncomfortable. All right, Matthew was woke though. Matthew wanted the wide receiver. You know, where people are saying Matthew might be woke. We definitely want to win the onesie on this one, so we might even my tentative plan would be to double tap quarterbacks for the next 2 picks. Seems under talked about, but I think real league trend next year will be the use of 2 back sets, especially every Shanahan McVay disciple after watching what Liam Cohen did last year. I gotta be honest, I don't think so. Like the amount of snaps that you think that those guys played together is probably pretty low. But I would say something that could definitely go back in vogue would be fullbacks. I would not be surprised to see 240-pound guys who can run a little bit and catch a little bit, you know, use check and guys like that. I would not be surprised to see like maybe fullback is not even right. Maybe like H-back is the better way to describe it. I could absolutely see that being like a larger part of football. If they ban the tush push, football can't be saved. Bullish for Ben Sinnott. Yeah, people are saying. All right, Mahomes goes to the Rashee Rice drafter, whose wide receiver 3 is Jerry Jeudy. Man, I might tilt you guys with this pick right here, which I'm happy to do. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do Rizzy P if he doesn't get picked. All Sinnott has to do is surpass John Bates now. Rizzy, Pearsall, Nico Collins, AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Rizzy Pearsall, George Kittle. We're gonna take so many rookie running backs. Can we get a prediction of total fantasy points on the season? Yes, this is true. LaFleur was doing a little bit of that. All right. Total projection of total fantasy points. All right, let me get a sense of what the right totals would be. In half PPR, I will predict Xavier Worthy scores 206 half PPR points. Rashee Rice starts the season slowly, but after week 6, I'm going to say he averages 12.9 half PPR points per game. And Hollywood scores 165. Official guesses. That's a lot of points, more than you would anticipate, but I believe. It is April 10th, 2025, and I've already fully talked myself into Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is our quarterback 1, stacked with Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, the subtext there is I have already fully psyoped myself. I am anticipating either a combination of suspension or slow return from injury. Jacob, I don't know if you are new. I am not a reliable narrator on the Kansas City Chiefs. Not a reliable narrator. Happy birthday to the Fast Puppy winner, Raymond Zanni, on his 43rd birthday. 200K Fast Puppy champion. It's true. We are slapping. This is like the most slappy team I think I've drafted yet in the big board, honestly. Kyler Murray, Quinshon Judkins as our lone running back, Nico Collins, A.J. Brown, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Rizzy Pearsall, George Kittle. Now the question is, where is the Jennings drafter? So the Jennings drafter already has Jalen Hurts. Where is the Ayuk drafter? The Ayuk drafter is on my right. There's a decent chance that we're going to get Purdy all the way around here. Just need to hammer many such cases. Team's good, just needs to hammer. Oh man. Oh, I forgot this guy's auto drafting. Oh, that's not gonna mess with Purdy at all. Okay. He just was top of the sidekick. I do need to remember that he is auto drafting though. Playing Judkins like you would Hampton, flipping them. Yeah, I agree. It is fun. Just like basically like play games with the ADP. It is true how Scotty is basically already on the Mount Rushmore of golfers. Dude's like 29. All right, Purdy makes it all the way back to us. Second quarterback before the second running back. What does Leone's precious manifesto say about that, huh? Probably says it's fine, honestly. All right. Definitely it's time to start hammering running backs though. I can't get seduced by the fake value of Rashid Shaheed here. Yep. Yeah, I can't get seduced by Rashid Shaheed being at the top of my queue. I am going to have to start hammering. I could take a second tight end. What about if I get second tight end out of the way? And just like literally Mims too good of a value. JMC, I think pretty high odds actually. I think relatively high odds that we see. You guys think reaching on Tank Bigsby is better than just knocking second tight end? You guys think that going to DeAndre Swift is better than just getting Njoku and calling it done? I'm pretty sure you guys are wrong. You know what? It's my team. Taking David Njoku there instead of taking fucking DeAndre Swift, who I hate. Yes, as Hartman says, literally anything is better than DeAndre Swift. Little worried about your running backs. All right, I think I legit am gonna take 9. They can't stop me, and they shouldn't try. I think I can legit get away with 9, because you could totally stop at 2 quarterbacks. You could totally stop at 2 tight ends. Maybe the bye week monster gets me. Maybe I take a third tight end in round 20 or whatever. It's true. This is why you don't leave early. This RB room is a closet. 2963. People are saying that is a viable construction. Any running back that I was about to take right there, other than DeAndre Swift, who, by the way, I get why Jordan Mason is going here. Yeah, Jerome Ford is a fine fit for this team, frankly. I think no on Dominic Lovett. Dominic Lovett was at Georgia for like 9 years and got cucked by like every player there. Dominic Lovett. This dude was at, and he was at Missouri. Yeah, I'm vetoing. Incorrect on what, brother? Don't you incorrect me, Adam. He got cucked by some guy named Arian Smith, who's like not even an NFL player. Obviously cucked by Bowers and Marcus Rosemy Jack Saint. Dominic Lovett, let's see at Missouri. He did outproduce Burden. All right, he did outproduce Burden a billion years ago. Yes, people are saying it was tank time. Now people are saying it's Bayshell Tootin time. The 9 Bumblebee running back room. An unhealthy number of teams that have 8 running backs, 9. Yeah. Anchor wide receiver got me 6th in the Puppy 3 last year. I mean, the thing is, and this is universally acknowledged by this point, but like the upside of getting one of these late running backs right, like let's just say Jordan James is a 4th round pick to the Cowboys. I mean, if that's true, you get like immediately 45 spots of CLV. You know? Like it's absolutely massive. All right, 2021 Missouri Tigers. So Dominic Lovett. Dominic Lovett was 9th on the team in receiving yards. I don't know. I'm probably not taking Dominic Lovett. Kendre is probably a good fit here. Javonte oh, you know what? Jerome Ford just to have a guy who's active. Jerome Ford literally just to have a guy who's active. Shout out to Chess Liam. Jordan James being who the Cowboys pick is the only thing that get me back in the Javonte business. I am in the Javonte business to some degree. Yeah, I agree. Someone said his name is not pronounced Tesla, but come on. How are you not going to call this dude Tesla? I left out Loving having more yards than Ladd because Ladd was hurt. Ladd, very weird collegiate career for Ladd, but Ladd only played 9 games. And he only played in parts of others. Lovett played 14 games. Ladd played 9. Yeah, you're not gonna out fact check me on Lad. All right. Guerrero would be a good pick coming around. Man, this whole team, this entire team relies on Jerome Ford scoring 14 points in week 1. If Jerome Ford does not start week 1 for the Cleveland Browns, I fear we may have approached the giga ass territory. Wow. Lols has an AI generated thumbnail this week, boys. An AI generated thumbnail for Lols. I never thought I'd see the day. Liam should have AI do. Liam should have ChatGPT do his thumbnails for sure. Yeah, it does. It does look good. Oh, come on, man. You know you want to give me Guerrero. This room wants to give me Guerrero. Peppertoni, I solemnly swear to you, I will be this whole team. Well, if Ford doesn't dodge those landmines, then I probably would have drafted one of them. Guerrero, bang. Judkins, Tootin, Ford, Guerrero. You just love to see it. You know what? You're right. It's okay. The funniest Liam thumbnails, absolutely. The funniest ones are the ones where he just posts the ring. I love the ones where he just posts the championship ring. All right. We got Guerrero. You guys know what's coming next. This is Giddens, Harvey, Ray Davis, or Devin Neal. Preferably Giddens. Although I was texting with Rich Rebar yesterday. He is not a Giddens guy. He's out on Giddens. Giddens was a 9.7 RAS guy. This guy, Ulysses Bentley the fourth, 2.85 RAS. This is why he's the best to ever do it. This is why Liam's the best to ever do it. Damn, I missed out on Giddens. I might get double snaked here. Jalen Wright. Come on. Give me Harvey. Give me RJ Harvey. This dude next to me is going crazy. He has two. Okay. I am going to take Harvey. Look at this guy next to me. Bald man, 54. Takes Neighbors as his wide receiver 1. He takes Godwin as his wide receiver 2. He goes James Conner, Baker Mayfield, Tony Pollard, Tyler Warren, Evan Ingram, Trevor Lawrence, JJ McCarthy, Jake Ferguson, then just slaps a Josh Palmer wide receiver 3. This dude, I mean, that's a Soccer Dave ass team right there. Yes, get in. Not so much. Samson for me. I'm a little bit lower on Samson than my fellow slappies. Scheffler, solo, or he's not solo first anymore. Jaeger just made a double. Am I really into any of the backup running backs in this range? Or you take them all evenly? I would say I'm most into Algier and Braylon over Corum and Wright. But they're okay. The thing, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this, but like those guys are just all less exciting than the rookies, you know? I know. Some of these guys, bro, they just rip it and grip it, Stefan. Oh, Kyron is definitely more fragile than Bijan, but that works both ways. Kyron is fragile enough that you could imagine the Rams taking a running back in the second round. Bijan, like the Falcons are probably not going to take a running back at all, you know? Yeah, Algier has the mega contingent upside. All right. We have a wide receiver room of Nico, A.J. Brown, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, and Ricky Pearsall. So let's take... You know what? Let's take Io Manor. And that can kind of be our upside gamble at wide receiver. It's true. It's true. McVay does absolutely love this guy. Corum would hit the lineup with a Kyron injury. Don't be silly. I think our boy Bobby Mack just made a bogey. All right, then we're going to be back to the run. I really would have liked to have gotten Giddens and Harvey here. You think we do six wide receivers? I don't really know anything about it, about the Spag stuff, but you know, I do know Spags' position. It's tough, man. Being out here in the content streets without a real job. It's tough, brother. So, like, in my mind, if Wicks and Knoll are on the clock here at 186, that is, like, really the end of a tier. Like, after these guys, I would basically put all the wide receivers in, like, a huge bucket. Like, they're, like, in a who knows bucket. I don't know. Maybe I'll take... I probably need one more wide receiver. 6 wide receivers is probably not enough. We will take one more running back, though. I'm gonna take Brashard Smith. Just keep on being a bumblebee. Wow, Justin Rose, 3 under through 4. The thing is the Rams don't have that many picks. Let's go. Brashard might come around, so we'll do Damian, and maybe we'll get Brashard as well. Definitely might be a Kareem Hunt team. All right, so we have got Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Quinshon Judkins, Bashal Tutin, Jerome Ford, Isaac Urendo, RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez, Nico Collins, AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Ricky Pearsall, Alec Io Manor, George Kittle, and David Njoku. A true 0 RB team. Yeah, I hope that we like Maury as the top 10 finisher, because I bet him to win this tournament. So I really hope that he does indeed win the tournament. Anybody here smart enough? Yeah, if any of you guys are quite intelligent young folks, or have any history in product management. Underdog is looking for a draft games product manager. I just sent a big email out. How am I feeling about Jordan James being the beast running back 7? How I'm feeling is that I would not, in my personal rankings, have Jordan James be the running back 7. I guess I just don't really get it. That's really all it is. I just don't really get it. No, it's not that position. Different position. They just sent out this big email blast today for the product manager job. Yes, basically it is all opinions. And I mean, does Dane Brugler know more about talent evaluation than me? Absolutely. 100%. Dane knows more about football than I do. So I am happy to take his information in. The guest will be someone new to you, Dan. Oregon is harder to scout than most teams because they play a bunch of non-competitive games. Although they had less of that this year. They played more serious games this year. And they also just play that kind of funky style. But I guess they played in the Big Ten this year, so they had more competitive games. Like, they played Ohio State twice. They played Penn State. They played Wisconsin. They played Maryland. They played Michigan. They played Illinois. So, they played more, and Boise State. Barely beat Boise State, actually. But, yes, it is true that some college teams are harder to evaluate than others. Wow, and my boy Brashard does come back. No, he doesn't. Fuck. Sidekick tricked me. What are we looking at for adults here? No one. Raheem Mostert is as adult, and I'm not even going to do that. Ollie Gordon, come on down. That's a bumblebee-ass room, boys. Yeah, Ole Miss, I mean, we're getting that right now with the Jackson Dart people. We're getting that, like, the Jackson Dart stuff. Some scouts are like, how do you even scout Jackson Dart? Man, Liam is like he was kind of trying to talk me into Marshawn Lloyd. I guess my deal with Marshawn Lloyd is I didn't love Marshawn Lloyd as a prospect, and I think the Packers are going to be more than willing to take another running back in this class. How many picks do the Packers have? The Packers have all their own picks and 2 compensatory 7ths. Yes. Lane Kiffin's system is super quarterback friendly. But basically my thing with Lloyd is like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it just doesn't happen for guys in the NFL for a lot of different reasons, and it just feels like it's not going to happen for him. All right. Is there an obvious wide receiver pick here? Honestly, AD Mitchell for some ceiling. Whatever. Happy to do it. And then I'm going to take one more running back to finish this up. And then we'll be done. Famously, a 0 touchdown rookie season. It's true. Yeah, Lloyd, big fumbler also is the issue. I mean, that's crazy, dude. The dude had freaking appendicitis, like all kinds of crazy stuff. Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Quinshon Judkins, Bashal Tutin, Jerome Ford, Isaac Urendo, RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez, Ollie Gordon, Nico, AJ Brown, Marv, Worthy, Pearsall, Io Manor, AD Mitchell, George Kittle, and David Njoku. This team might need Jaden Blue. It's true. I would probably say Conklin over Disley. Disley, I think, is probably going to go back, into his. Disley is going to go back into his role that he's been in for a long time. Was Marshawn Lloyd sunning dudes though? I feel like maybe that's not true. Marshawn Lloyd. He doesn't even, you can't even find this dude on Pro Football Reference. 6 rushes. Because my memory was that he was like kind of okay. Yeah, he only had 291 carries ever in college. He was in that rotation at USC with Austin Jones. Was Austin Jones probably wasn't even good in 2024. Yeah, he was like totally replaced. Oh yeah, Woody Marks. Yeah, always go with the new Jag over the old Jag. Yeah, but it's pretty easy to cause 40% missed tackles when you're on a bad team. All right, how are we finishing this team? Are we taking a third tight end? We're definitely taking an 8th running back, but are we taking a third tight end, or are we going to take 9? All right, pressing the button on Jaden Blue. Why not? Add a little bit of juice. That's a bumblebee-ass room. The Gavin Williams is the best pitcher. Lloyd commuted 4 hours a day from Delaware to Maryland for high school. Well, I get this a lot. I do get the Kid Rock thing a lot. That's my celebrity lookalike. Not a great one, but what can you do? All right. Who's our last pick here? Are we doing wide receiver? Are we doing a 9th running back? 9th running back might be a bit much, frankly. We have 6 rookie running backs. I think we got to do a wide receiver. We got to do a wide receiver. We got 9th running back. 9th running back, bro. All right, we're gonna take Keaton Missile, they call him. All right, that's about as funky as you're gonna see from me. Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Quinshon Judkins, Bashal Tutin, Jerome Ford, Isaac Urendo, RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez, Ollie Gordon, Jaden Blue, Keaton Mitchell, Nico Collins, AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Ricky Pearsall, Alec Io Manor, AD Mitchell, George Kittle, David Njoku. That's how it's done. That's how it's done, boys. That's how you cook. A true zero running back team to end the stream. Everyone, please make sure to like this video. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I'll be back with all you guys tomorrow morning, streaming this afternoon, ship chasing at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, I'll see you guys all back in a little bit. Have a great day.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated.